Good evening, I'm Haley Bianco. Coming up in the newscast, KUHA is having a Zumba event and Battle of the Bands took place this past Friday.
And I'm Steve Majiri with an update on KU softball and women's tennis. We also have Kyle Ashenfelder with the weather. Newsbreak begins now.
The Pennsylvania Associated Press Broadcast Association has announced the recipients of their annual Broadcasting Awards. This year, 7 graduates of Kutztown University will take home medals at the May 18th convention in Harrisburg. Stations and individuals submit their entries to the awards contest. Those entries are judged by broadcasters from another state. Recipients know that they have won an award, but will find out the level of the award in May. In other news, KUHA is hosting the last Zumba event of the semester on KU's University Field. They have teamed up with SAAC, the Student Advisory Athletic Committee, in hopes of a huge crowd on the field to support the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Please bring at least $1 to donate. Come out and enjoy the music blasting from the loudspeakers on a beautiful spring night to benefit a great cause. This will be an unforgettable Zumba event. So, Steve, you think you're going to head out to that Zumba event?
That dancing is a little too sensual for me, for my taste.
It's a good time.
But you can go.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, and stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
Grab the cheek. And remember, being outside the lines only gets you the scores.
But here, between the lines, we
We're
get you
doing
in the
that,
locker
though.
room.
We'll do
Don't
that.
take my line.
Do that.
Don't
Nudge
take
me.
it.
Nudge me to like remember. Be sure to tune in on Wednesdays and Thursdays at 7 and Fridays at noon. And remember, being outside the lines only gets you the scores.
But here, between the lines, we get you in the locker room.
Well, guys, speaking of weather, I think there's some germs going around because I'm feeling a little under the weather. And that's my lame attempt at comedy for the night. But we have some great weather coming up in this coming week, and it all starts with today. We had a nice day out. We had a high of 73 degrees, and we're going to have some nice weather tonight, going into tonight. We have a low of 40 for tonight, so a good night to be outside if you want to have a jacket on at least. So tomorrow we're going to have a nice sunny day with a high of 69 degrees and a low of 41. And then let's go to the rest of this beautiful week. We're going to have a lot of sun, a lot of fun. Thursday, we have a high of 72 with a low of 49 degrees. On Friday, we're going to have a partly cloudy day with a high of 64 degrees and a low of 40. On Saturday, another sunshiny day with high of 70 degrees and a low of 46. And then on Sunday, we're going to have a partly cloudy skies again, and we'll have a high of 68 degrees and a low of 46. And Monday, there was a 30% chance of rain, so not too much of a chance. And we will have a high of 68 degrees and a low of 51. So the weather's looking great for the rest of the week, good for the end of the semester for people to study outside on blankets or whatever. So back to you guys at the desk.
Well, another great day that had awesome weather was this past Friday at Battle of the Bands, where Stargazer took the top prize, hosted by KUR. Stargazer brought out a huge crowd and even had a mosh pit that took up a large portion of the tent. Congratulations on your rocking victory. And congratulations to KUR for the great turnout and successful event. Other bands who rocked the stage were Waking Up Dead, Public Displays of Rejection, The Virtue, The Groove Merchants, and Lastronaut. Also, another big thanks to the Electronic Media Event and Doc class for broadcasting the great event. In other news, the KU Alert System sent out a test today stating that students should check their emails and fill out a survey to win prizes. There was no emergency, it was only a test. So Battle of the Bands was so awesome, I loved it.
Yes, it was. It's a shame I couldn't go to that, but I'll definitely, it's online though, isn't it?
And great weather is also great for sports, right, Steve?
Yes, it is, and we'll have more of that when we get back. And now sports, where this weekend the KU softball team secured its spot in the PSAC playoffs with a sweep of PSAC rival East Stroudsburg with final scores of 13-10 and 8-0. With the wins, the Golden Bears have secured either a second or third seed in the PSAC playoffs. Head coach Judy Laws also won her 798th and 799th games as a head coach this weekend and will look to reach the illustrious 800-win club in postseason play. In the first game, there was no shortage of offense as both teams had a combined 27 hits. KU's offense was powered by Nicole Henniger, who went 4 for 5 with a pair of RBIs. Jackie Hessler also had a good game with 3 hits and 2 runs scored through the first 3 innings. KU was up 8-3 until ESU mounted a comeback and scored 4 runs in the inning to bring the score to within 1 run. KU would answer in the 6th inning with a 5-run inning highlighted by Hetzler and Colleen Smith. In the second game, it was all about KU as sophomore Mary Kosienski had her 4th shutout of the season, giving up no runs and only 4 hits. The Lady Bears had 2 home runs in the game by Katie Lynch and Lindsay Kelly. KU will find out who its postseason opponent is on Saturday. Now to some women's tennis news, where senior Radima Barua has recently been named PSAC Athlete of the Year. Barua is no stranger to this kind of publicity, as she has also been named PSAC Player of the Week, PSAC Women's Tennis Champion Scholar, and PSAC Freshman of the Year. Barua has also received all PSAC honors in singles and doubles play. The Indian native was a key factor in the Lady Bears winning their first PSAC title in school history, along with a perfect 6-0 record in divisional play. When asked about the seniors' impeccable season, head coach Sareth Mamamurthy said, "She motivated the team by example and was extremely self-motivated, and that rubbed off onto the rest of her teammates. She often reached out to her teammates, giving them tips and tactics that were very useful and instrumental to the team having such a successful season." Barua has accumulated 69 total wins in her 4 years here at KU, 33 of which were in singles and 33 of which were in doubles. Barua will certainly take home a lot of hardware as she will graduate with a degree in business in May. Now for another edition of What Bothers Steve Majiri. What bothers me this week are ugly post-game outfits. It's the NBA playoffs, and that means lots of Craig Sager's ugly suits. However, in recent years, Sager's eye-burning suits have taken a back seat to what I've seen in post-game interviews by players. Now, I have a long list of adjectives that can be used to describe this, but the studio won't give me the 15 hours necessary to list them all. Some of these outfits are so bad that I wonder if these athletes actually want to be made fun of and written about. Well, I guess any publicity is better than no publicity, right? These guys aren't just throwing on sweats and butters. They are premeditatedly concocting every abnormal and hideous piece of clothing they have. Now, I live near the largest mall in the country, and I have never seen any of these pieces of clothing anywhere. I wonder why. Maybe because nobody wants to buy them? One player in particular has really gone overboard with this. Oklahoma City Thunder point guard Russell Westbrook's post-game wardrobe has given new meaning to the word abnormal. At first, I thought to myself, okay, this guy probably just lost a bet or something. Wrong answer. In some of the photos you will see, it looks like he's clearly vying for attention. Hold on a second. Steve Urkel would like to have a word with you. He wants his shirt and overly thick glasses back. Now, I know that CeeLo Green told us to feel free to express ourselves, but these outfits are way beyond any normal medium of expression. Well, I've got another call on the line. It's the fashion police. You are now officially at the top of their most wanted list. Now I know that you're all thinking, why listen to this when it's coming from the guy wearing a Blue Star Madras shirt and a bow tie? Well, I wore this tonight for dramatic effect, but I also had another intention for it. Let's all do a little experiment here. Were you all paying attention to me and what I was saying, or were you paying attention to how disfigured my outfit is? I rest my case. This is probably what goes on in the minds of the reporters who interview these athletes. But what really flummoxes me is why these athletes complain about why the press are always talking about their strange wardrobe when they are clearly dressing like this for attention on purpose. This begs the question, do these athletes enjoy being dumb hypocrites who are milking the udder of the cow they're about to slaughter? What these athletes need to do is either hire a fashion consultant or just do their interview in their sweaty jerseys, because the only use I could think of for outfits like that are to keep the fire going. The image of the professional athlete has been tarnished enough.
Well, that's all we have for you tonight. We'll see you again Tuesday.
For Haley, Kyle, and the rest of the crew,
Good night.